This is an updated indicator overview video for the MMT trend and reversal indicator. I've got some newer default settings that I'll share with you in a minute. The MMT trend and reversal has 4 basic components. It's got the trend flow section, which is painting the candles and the outlines green, red, or white for neutral. It's got the trend core section, which is painting the background green, transparent, or red. It's got the reversal section, which is painting these reversal arrows. And it's also got a divergence section, which is painting these triangles. This is just the price action from today, Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, during the early close. This is an NQ 1-minute chart. I will scroll back and show you some other examples. So here we have the MMT trend and reversal indicator. We've got the trend flow section. You can turn this on or off. The new default setting is a strength of 1. I've got the directional filter on, and I also have the SMA filter on with a period of 3. You can see it's painting the bars and the outline. We can choose custom colors. There's also an option to print signal dots for the trend flow. If I enable that, every time there is a switch in the trend flow direction, we get a signal dot. There's also options for sound alerts and pop-up alerts. If I turn this directional filter off, we will get nothing but red and green candles, no neutral candles. You can also choose a custom period SMA. For the reversal section, nothing has changed here. However, when I use a custom input series, I often play around with these numbers. When I use an RSI as my input, I often like to change the reversal look back to 6, a number 3, or a number 6, or a number 9. I found those to be some of my favorite look back periods for reversals. For the overbought and oversold, anywhere between 50 and 50, 60 and 40, 70 and 30, 80 and 20, 90 and 10. Those are some of my favorites. For the trend core section, the new trend core period default is 7. You can also change the overbought and oversold parameters. I've got the SMA filter on right now. It does help to smooth out some of the back and forth background changes during slower markets. You can see how that smooths out a little bit. If you don't want to see any transparent background, just change the overbought and oversold to 50 and 50. See on these two candles, when we have 50 and 50, it's still red. But if I go to 55 and 45, which are the defaults, it goes transparent for these two candles, so I'm more likely to consider a long when the background is transparent. I've got the trend core background enabled, but you can also have the trend core paint the candles instead of the trend flow. I can turn these off. I can turn the trend core candles on. And now the trend core is painting the candle colors. There's also diamond signals for the trend core background, so we'll get a diamond each time the background changes. There's also sound alerts and pop-up alerts for this section as well. For the divergence section, I have bumped up the defaults to an overbought and oversold of 90 and 10. And once again, for the overbought and oversold levels, the same with the reversals. You could go anywhere between 50 and 50, 60 and 40, 70 and 30, 80 and 20, or 90 and 10 for the more extremes. You could also play around with the divergence look back, maybe a 2 or a 3. For the default input series of close of price, these are all the different settings that I prefer the best, at least for the NQ 1-minute chart at the time of this recording. I highly recommend playing around with all of these different settings depending on which instrument and time frame that you trade. So one of the unique features of this indicator is that you can measure the trend, the reversal, and the divergence of many of your other built-in NinjaTrader indicators. If we go to Edit Input, go into our Indicators folder, we could choose the CCI, an EMA, an HMA, a linear regression, a MACD, RSI, stochastics. One of my favorites is the RSI, just the default settings. Click Apply. Now the trend flow, the trend core, the divergence, the reversals, they're all based on the RSI. If I choose the MACD as my input series, now we have signals, backgrounds, and candles based entirely on the MACD. And again, if I turn this directional filter off, I will get nothing but red and green candles based completely on the MACD. So I'm going to put this back to the default settings here. And let's take a look at some of the other times of day. This is the price action from the New York Open today. Pre-market, we had some divergence and some reversal signals. We get a transparent background, the candles start turning red, background starts turning red, get a nice drop lower. We start getting some signs of slowdown with divergence and reversals. Here we get a nice wicking candle that's also green from the trend flow. And as with any signal from any indicator, I'm always waiting for some kind of confirmation after a signal prints. So if I've got a green trend flow and a reversal signal, but the background is still red, I'd want to see some extra confirmation and wait for a break above this signal candle. You can see how the trend core is kind of painting the bigger picture with the background colors, and the trend flow is giving us the shorter term trend. Here is the London session from the night before. Get some nice reversal and divergence signals. Got the trend flow and the trend core helping to keep us on the right side of the markets. So there's a lot of different customizable options with this indicator, a lot of different ways to use this tool. I've got entire playlists on my YouTube channel dedicated to each indicator if you would like to see some more examples. I am a registered member of the NinjaTrader ecosystem, and all authorization and licensing is done directly through the NinjaTrader 8 platform. There are links in the description to the MMT line of indicators. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Best of luck in your trading. Have a great day.